Hello Raptors fans and welcome to Raptors Report. Today we're going to be looking at some defensive highlights from Raptors forward OG Anunoby, whose game is blossoming after a sophomore season beset by illness and tragedy. Let's take a look. When looking at a player's defense, there are two main categories to examine: man defense and help defense. So let's take a look at what makes OG a great man defender. In this next clip, watch as he gets low and stays on Jrue Holiday's hip, guiding him into the help defense at the rim and securing the rebound. And here, where OG switches onto Aminu, who is forced to create with the ball due to the short shot clock. OG straight up embarrasses him by staying in front and then pouncing on the crossover for a steal and a slam. In this clip, OG picks up Gordon and forces him to give up the ball, then jumps in front of Fournier and manages to grab the entry pass. OG has always had the potential to be a lockdown on-ball defender thanks to his great combination of size, speed, and length, but he's really showing an intelligence and tenaciousness this season that hints at the emergence of a game-changing defensive player. Some of the best man defense isn't even forcing a player into a bad shot, it's playing them so well that they're forced to give up the ball. And sometimes good defense is simply beaten by better offense, like here, where OG gets into his stance and challenges a mid-range shot, but Ingram gets it to fall anyway. The following two plays really illustrate the full range of what OG is able to do defensively. Here he bodies up on Markkanen's post-up, and then crowds the turnaround with a hand to the face, forcing a miss. After Kyle Lowry pops a quick transition three, OG plays free safety in transition and guards the basket with a vicious block on Thaddeus Young. The next couple of clips are of OG Anunoby making life miserable for Detroit guard Luke Kennard. Kennard has emerged as a bright spot for the struggling Pistons, scoring 17.5 points per game on great percentages. But in this game, OG and other Raptors defenders held him to 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting. OG does a great job of staying connected to offensive players on drives and then contesting the eventual shot. Because OG has the athleticism to recover, he can be aggressive and attack passes to the player he's defending, as he does here for a steal. Notice how Anunoby has the strength to brush off the Morris screen and stay right on Kennard's hip, forcing him to give up the ball. And here's OG getting the secret benefit refs often afford great perimeter defenders, which is the ability to put their hands and arms on the offensive player to control where they move, which he does here, and forces Luke to give it up. But man defense is just one element of what a player can do on the defensive side of the ball, and the biggest evolution in OG's game thus far has been his improved defensive awareness and commitment to playing help defense. Whether it's stepping in to take a charge, disrupting pick and rolls and drives, or straight up erasing shots with huge blocks, OG has been consistently making big plays this season. Take for instance this play, where the dribble handoff leaves a gap in the defense, and OG steps into the lane like a center and cuts the drive off, leading to a turnover. Or in this play, where OG sees a defensive breakdown and hustles over from the weak side to block the shot attempt at the rim. You can see that OG has been given the freedom to roam defensively, which is illustrated perfectly by this next play, where he doubles the post to help out Lowry, and then stays in the paint and sends back a layup to seal the possession. Having a player with the defensive instincts to roam like this on defense can generate a lot of turnovers, and save possessions that otherwise would have resulted in an easy score for the opposing team. OG has a lot of instances where he manages to make 2 or more high-quality defensive plays in the very same possession, as he does here where he cuts off a drive and then contests a shot on the perimeter. No possession exemplifies this better than this play where OG guards 4 separate Pistons, starting with Derrick Rose, then picking up Christian Wood, who passes it to Luke Kennard, and then finally OG attempts to contain a Thon Maker blow-by, but unfortunately bites on a pump fake to put him at the line. Overall, the huge uptick in OG's court awareness has been one of the biggest reasons why the Raptors are top 10 in defensive efficiency this season. And he's treated us to games like he had versus the Bulls, where we watched him repeatedly own guys like Kobe White, who got their shots blasted back in spectacular fashion after they assumed that they were home free. But more than the highlights, it's watching a player evolve to fill out the potential he had coming into the league, and exhibit the hard work required to bounce back from a disappointing second season that saw him lose his father and suffer a ruptured appendix. And this is just the defense. OG has managed to make big jumps on the offensive side of the ball as well, where over the first 6 games of the season, he's posting career highs in both field goal percentage and three-point percentage, as well as a significant bump in his rebounding rate and a drop in his foul rate. These improvements are definitely welcome, as it lets OG stay on the floor to show off his true calling card, his incredible defense. This is a reminder that if you enjoyed this content, please like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and it also lets me know that you're interested in the things that I'm creating. Follow Raptors Report on Twitter for regular NBA and video updates. And finally, thank you for watching Raptors Report, your source for in-depth Raptors content.